I saw a tweet from a government official today announcing that it's National Nutrition Month or something along those lines, and they were hyping and talking about the USDA's nutritional guidelines that had been put out, and so I took a look at those guidelines, and it's the usual government recommendations. This is a 164-page report of guidelines on how to eat nutrition, how to eat healthily, to promote one's health, to avoid chronic disease, and it's the same stuff that we see over and over again, which does little to help improve people's health and does little to help people avoid chronic illnesses and metabolic illnesses. And so I was reviewing the materials, and the recommendations are to eat 3/4 of what we eat should be fruit, vegetables, and grains. Again, that's 75% of what we eat. The government says we should eat grains, fruits, and vegetables. The other 25% being lean protein. And not all protein should be coming from animals. So they mention things like tofu, and some of the other protein sources that they mention are vegetarian chili, lentil soup, beans, nuts. These, again, are not optimal. I followed this way of eating. This is real similar to a Mediterranean style diet. I followed this way of eating all throughout my 20s and 30s and early 40s, and my health, my physical health, my mental health suffered as a result, suffered significantly. I developed numerous chronic health conditions, both mental and physical, that did not resolve until I stopped eating according to the government recommendations. And I started eating the opposite of what they were recommending. So now I currently eat no fruit, no vegetables, no grains, no vegetarian, non-animal sources of protein, and I'm eating mostly fat, mostly animal fat. Again, the recommendation here from the government is not to eat any fat, I guess. They recommend some dairy, but again, low fat or non-fat dairy. And what they say to do with regards to dairy is, in addition to low fat and fat-free dairy, milk, yogurts, is to also eat or consume fortified soy dairy products, so soy milk and soy yogurts. So again, the dairy, a lot of their dairy recommendations are not dairy, and they don't recommend eating any amount of fats. Where if you want to obtain optimal health and optimal functioning, fat has to be the bulk of what you're eating. Again, real unprocessed, healthy fats, which the best of which are animal fats, and then a close second would be butter, so dairy fat, followed by some fatty fruit oils, so things like coconut oil, olive oil, are also okay, avocado oil, but the best is certainly animal fat, which is what we're told not to eat and to avoid like the plague by the government. So yeah, it's very disheartening that as the overall health of the public continues to decline year after year, and it's been declining for the past several decades, the government is doubling down and continues to double down on their recommendations, which are basically a plant-based diet of grains, fruit, and vegetables. This is not optimal for humans. This is not healthy for humans. Again, it's healthier than someone who eats a lot of fast food, a lot of processed junk. So eating unprocessed fruit and vegetables with grains might be better than eating pizzas and McDonald's and fast food, but it's certainly not healthy for humans, and it's not optimal for humans, and it's not a good way for many people to obtain health and longevity and to avoid chronic illness. The way to avoid chronic illness and the way to be healthy or to regain your health if you're not currently healthy is by tossing the government guidelines in the trash and sticking with real nutrient-rich, unprocessed foods that humans have been eating for millions of years, which are big ruminant animals. Most common and most available today would be beef and lamb, bison and buffalo also. This is going to be the healthiest thing you can eat. And again, you want to eat a lot of fat and a decent amount of protein, and you'll be golden if you eat that and only that and nothing else. But the government doesn't want us to know this. The medical establishment and the pharmaceutical establishment don't want us to know this, because this will make us healthy and keep us out of the doctor's offices and keep us out of the pharmacy, and will keep us out of the processed junk food restaurants and from consuming processed junk food products, which is going to cause a lot of companies to lose a lot of money, but we will have our health. So in my opinion, each person needs to think about and prioritize their own health instead of the financial health of the fast food industry, the medical industry, and the pharmaceutical industry. They don't care about our health. That's something that we should care about, and we should be prioritizing that. So yeah, if you found this information to be beneficial and useful, go ahead and click the thumbs up button. If you know someone who could benefit from this, feel free to forward it on to them, and go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can be notified about future content that I put out. Thank you.